Hey guys, I'm Montana, and buckle up because I'm about to spill the tea on how my ex-husband, the charming Tanner, got a taste of karma after dumping me a year ago. But before we dive into the juicy part, let me take you back to when life was all rainbows and unicorns just over a year ago. I was about to hit the big 3-5, and my life was practically perfect. A nurse by profession, I had always dreamt of donning those scrubs ever since my dad had triumphed over cancer. Childhood memories of hospital visits with him and the soothing presence of caring nurses fueled my ambition, and so I became one. Enter Tanner, my now disgusting ex. We crossed paths when I was 26. He owned a tattoo parlor, and fate led me to get my first ink from him. There was a certain charm about him, and after a smooth pickup line, we found ourselves on motorcycle dates and whatnot. 2 years of dating led to the grand finale, marriage. His family was not a big part of the picture, but despite initial reservations from my folks, Tanner grew on them like a persistent vine. Life was a blissful fairy tale. Reflecting on it now, I should have heeded those early signs. Red flags are real, people. The initial years of marital bliss rolled by seamlessly. We were financially stable, both excelling in our careers. However, the ticking of my biological clock became increasingly audible, and the desire for little ones grew stronger. I wanted babies before my ovaries decided to call it quits, but Tanner had other plans. Or rather, a lack of plans. Hey babe, I've been doing some thinking. How about we give babies a shot? We always used to talk about how much we like them, and I'm 30 now. Time's ticking, you know. You already have 2 cats and now you want babies? Seriously? Come on, Tanner, I'm serious. And I'm not getting any younger. What are you talking about? You look the same as when I first met you. Tanner, be real. We've been putting this off for too long. You used to be all in for a proper family. What happened to that guy? Look, I'm going to be honest with you, hon. I don't think I'm cut out to be a dad. I did not mean what I said back then. I just wanted to win you over. Are you serious? What do you mean? I mean, I do not want kids. I do not want the responsibility. We are the cool couple, you having fun at the hospital, me with the boys at the tattoo parlor. We have got each other. Being a nurse is exhausting, Tanner, and I want a family so bad. You were all about making babies before marriage, and now you're backing out? It's not fair. You're giving me false hope. You lied to me. Honey, babies are a huge responsibility. Plus, you love me, right? We can be enough for each other. We're having a good time. Why complicate it with diapers and late-night feedings? Because that's life, Tanner. Life is not just about having a good time. It's about growing, evolving, and building something meaningful together. Well, maybe I'm not ready for all that. Can't we just enjoy what we have? So there I was, stuck in the aftermath of the baby talk disaster. Tanner had made it clear he was not up for the whole diaper changing, sleepless nights gig, and I foolishly, in love, accepted it. For the next 5 years, we lived our lives, doing everything but making babies. My nursing shifts were brutal, but every time I dragged myself home, Tanner would be there playing the role of the perfect husband. It was like he was trying to make up for the lack of little feet running around. Our lives were like a parallel universe. Mine, a tranquil existence with a few friends because, let's face it, nursing does not leave much room for a bustling social life. Tanner, on the other hand, thriving on having people over. It was not uncommon for our house to turn into a mini social hub. Now, let me tell you about the day I walked in on Tanner, beer in hand, entertaining not so familiar female faces in our living room. I swung the door open after a grueling shift, expecting a quiet house, maybe some Netflix and chill, but no. Life had other plans. There they were. 2 women I had never seen before, clinking beer bottles with my supposedly devoted husband. My blood boiled, and I swear the temperature in the room spiked. Tanner, sensing the storm that was about to hit, swiftly asked them to leave without bothering with introductions. "Honey, calm down. This is not what it seems. Do not be mad." "Well, Tanner, you are a married man. Who are these friends I don't even know about?" "Look, babe, I bring people over from the parlor all the time, and you never cared. Just because they're women, you should not doubt me. They're from the town I grew up in. We got talking, and it was time to close, so I invited them here." "Oh, I'm sorry. I was just tired and walking in, and seeing you with them just brought the worst out in me." "I get it, babe. It was bad timing. You know I only love one woman, and that is you." "Well, you better." "It was nothing scandalous, I promise. Just catching up with old friends, you know, small town vibes. That was just it." "Old friends, huh? How come I have never heard about them before?" "Maybe because you are the only one I talk about. Anyway, how about I make it up to you? Foot massage while you catch up on your favorite TV show?" So that's how things were. Last year something happened. Something I never imagined, because I was knee-deep into trusting Tanner too much, which I should not have. It was a week before my 35th birthday, and even though our tradition was to celebrate birthdays at home with a simple homemade cake and thoughtful presents, Tanner wanted to do something different this time. "Babe, I was thinking for your 35th birthday, why not go all out? Let us do something special." "All out? What are you planning, Tanner?" "How about a weekend getaway? We can head to that cozy cabin in the outskirts my friend owns. I'm sure he would not mind giving it away to me for the weekend." "That is quite the departure from my usual low-key celebrations." "I thought it was a milestone birthday and you deserve something memorable. Plus a change of scenery might do us good." "That does sound nice, Tanner. I'll talk at the hospital to get my shifts covered." "Don't forget to talk to the cat sitter about the cats." So the whole week I worked my ass off so I could have the special day all to myself and Tanner. My birthday was on a Saturday, so I took leave from the hospital for Saturday and Sunday. When I got home from work around 11 p.m. the night before, Tanner was nowhere to be found. I looked for him in the living room, then the kitchen, and finally headed to our bedroom. On the bed was a black sequin dress and a brand new red lipstick with a note next to it. "My dearest Montana, I'm at the cabin setting up a surprise just for you. Tomorrow I'll send a cab for you at 5 p.m. How about you come wearing this gorgeous black sequin dress and put on that red lipstick? You are going to look absolutely stunning. Pack a bag for your night clothes and leave everything else up to me. P.S. I've kept some lasagna in the fridge for you. Enjoy it, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow." As I read Tanner's note, a flutter of excitement and curiosity bubbled up within me. The words danced off the paper, and I could not help but grin at the thought of what awaited me at the cabin. I was practically buzzing with excitement the whole night. Tanner going all out like this? Totally unexpected. The next morning I woke up, video called my folks, and shot back some replies to the birthday wishes my friends had sent. I was on cloud nine, stoked for what the day had in store. Getting ready was a blast. Shower, makeup on, especially that killer red lip. Slipping into that knockout black sequin dress and throwing on some fierce black heels, my confidence was through the roof. The taxi rolled up at 5 p.m. and I hopped in, ready for the adventure. The cabin was about an hour away, nestled in a quiet spot that promised peace and quiet. Finally, we pulled up to the cabin. It gave me an Airbnb vibe, and maybe Tanner's friend used to rent it out to other people, I thought to myself. Stepping out of the taxi, I took a long breath. I knocked on the door, wondering what surprises were waiting on the other side. "Yo, happy birthday, babe. You're finally here. I've been waiting since forever." I took a step inside. I was hoping for the place to be filled with balloons or some party decorations, because Tanner hadn't been home the last night. Thanks, babe, and this place? What's on your mind? I thought you were pulling an all-nighter decorating or something, but who cares? This place is already stunning. Thank you so much for this. Well, sit your awesome self down. I'm going to grab us some fancy wine. Tanner places 3 wine glasses on the table. Why the trio? Are we expecting someone or what? Oh yeah, someone's joining us. Who is the mystery guest? I thought it was just going to be us on this romantic getaway. Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Keep those guessing skills sharp, babe. You're killing me with suspense here, Tanner. All right, babe. So I have got 2 gifts for you, and honestly, I'm a bit torn on which one to give you first. Let us go with the easier one for now, I guess. So Tanner handed me this envelope. No questions asked. I just started tearing it open. Inside, instead of a lovey-dovey letter or a surprise getaway ticket, there were papers. My eyes started scanning, and what did I see? Divorce papers. I was standing there, squinting at the words, wondering if Tanner was pulling some kind of twisted prank on me. Like, seriously? Who hands their spouse divorce papers as a birthday gift? I could not wrap my head around it. Seriously? Are these divorce papers fake or something, Tanner? If this is some messed up joke, I swear I'm going to lose it. No joke, Montana. They are real. What? You were serious about wanting a divorce? How did we end up here? You had me dress up for all this, and what is happening? Well, maybe the next surprise will help you understand this a bit better. Leah, honey, you can come out now. So there I was, sitting there, still trying to wrap my head around those darn divorce papers when I heard someone coming down the stairs, and when that person finally stepped into view, I absolutely lost it. It was this blonde girl, looking all young and fresh. She had on some sleepwear, and even without a lick of makeup, she was naturally pretty. I mean, seriously? Could this day get any more twisted? Who is this? Well, I would like to introduce you to Leah. Hey, Montana, I'm sure you do not know me, but trust me, I've heard a lot about you, and not always in a good way. Come on, Leah, don't give Montana that crap. She's already having a tough day. Well, Montana, Leah and I are in love with each other. Love? Are you serious? How old is she? She looks so young. Well, I'm 22, but age is just a number, right? How long has this been going on for? Look, Leah and I, we met just like you and I did. Leah got her first tattoo from me a year ago, and well, we started talking, and the rest is history. So you have been seeing her behind my back this whole time? How could you? I think I made a mistake marrying you, Montana. I have this feeling of being a family man with Leah. I want to have a fresh start with her and do the whole baby thing. You are too old for that now. This is unreal. You insult me on my birthday and break my heart? I gave up everything for you. Look at you trying too hard in that black dress. We're on a different wavelengths, Montana. Montana, you were this nurse who's all about saving people's lives, and I'm this super cool guy who is young at heart and wants to give tattoos to people. We do not get along. You're an old hag, and why should I be with you when I can be with this gorgeous young woman here? I can't believe this. A nightmare on my birthday. What do I do now? You were my whole life, Tanner. Well, I'll make it easy for you. The cab's still out there, and I will spend tonight like I did last night with Leah here. You can go home, pack your things, and move out by tomorrow. And yeah, happy birthday, you grey-haired oldster. So there I was, in the aftermath of Tanner's bombshell. I cried my heart out and stormed out of that cabin as fast as my feet could carry me. Never in my life had I felt so insulted and embarrassed, all for something beyond my control. Aging is a normal part of life, right? And it is not like Tanner was some young buck himself. He was 33 when I turned 35. Yet here he was, thinking he could conquer the world by getting rid of an oldie like me. The cab driver, bless his soul, even asked if I was okay. My face must have been a swollen mess from all the crying. The drive back home was brutal, but as soon as I stumbled through the door, I made a beeline for the kitchen cabinet. A bottle of wine became my refuge. A drowning, sorrowful kind of night. I felt this overwhelming wave of insecurity and self-loathing. A day that was meant to celebrate me had done a complete 180. How could Tanner do this to me, sneaking off with a 22-year-old for a whole year, and now wanting to marry her and start a family? I had those divorce papers he handed me, a cruel reminder of his betrayal right in front of me. After a night of too much wine and a fitful sleep, I woke up at 4 a.m. with a pounding headache and a heavy heart. It was then that I decided to face the wreckage. I started packing my bags, the reality sinking in with each item I placed into the suitcase. By 7 a.m, I was done. Just as I finished, I heard the main door to the house creak open. My heart skipped a beat. It was Tanner. "What brings you here so early? I'm not ready to bounce yet." "Spare me the morning drama. Just need to grab some cash." "What is the emergency?" "Leah's brother is in a tight spot with debt, and I've been helping him out. He needs money urgently." Well, look at you playing the responsible adult. Who would have thought? "Leah has got this effect on me. I'm all about doing things for her and taking care of her mess." He grabbed his cash, muttered something about coming back in the evening, and made it crystal clear that I should be gone by then. I gathered my bags and those darn divorce papers, the painful proof of my failed marriage, and headed to my parents' place. My folks were my rocks through this storm. I spilled my heart out to them, and they stood by me every step of the way. Work was my Linda escape, my daily routine to keep some semblance of normalcy. Coming home to a cozy supper with my parents made life feel simple, even amid my insecurities and doubts. I could not help but wonder where I went wrong in all of this. After we finally untangled the mess and got divorced, thank goodness I had the financial means to get my own place. I moved out solo. At 35, I was navigating this new chapter by myself. Determined to give life another shot, I tried to socialize, make friends, embrace myself, and even started going out on dates. And that is when I met Abe. He was a friend of a fellow nurse, and we crossed paths at her birthday party. He was a manager at a furniture store, a 37-year-old divorcee with no kids. It had been almost a year since the worst day of my life, and lo and behold, my birthday was approaching again. "Hey babe, your birthday's approaching and you have already filled me in on the shit show from last year. I was thinking, what do you want to do this time? I don't want to go all out and then you end up not liking it." "That's understandable. How about we keep it simple? Just dinner at my place." "Yeah, that sounds perfect." "Great. We can order in or I can cook something special." "You're cooking. I'm all in for that. Count me in." "Glad you're excited about it. Now, about your moving in idea." "Yeah, so I've been thinking, we've been spending a lot of time together and I really enjoy it. How would you feel about me moving in?" "Abe, I've been thinking about that too. I would love for you to move in." "Seriously? That is fantastic. I was worried you might think it was too soon or something." "Well, you're not bringing a toothbrush over just for dinner, are you?" "No, definitely not. This feels right, you know." "It does. I have got an extra toothbrush just in case." "You have been expecting this, huh?" "Maybe a little, but hey, it's a big step and I want you to feel at home." "Thanks, Montana. I really appreciate it. I just hope things turn out to be better for both of us." So Abe moved in, and despite the usual adjustment period that comes with sharing your space, things were going pretty well. The birthday dinner was a hit. We got along surprisingly well, not just as a couple, but as roommates too. Life settled into a comfortable routine. We had our own rhythms and habits. But it all seemed to sync up effortlessly, and just when I thought I had officially begun a new chapter in my life, the past had its way of coming back again, or so I thought. It was one Sunday afternoon. Abe was at the store and I did not have a shift for another 4 hours. I was just enjoying watching some TV when I heard knocking at my door. I was not expecting anyone, so I thought it must be just Abe. But when I opened the door, on the other side was the one and only Tanner. "Tanner, what on earth are you doing here?" "Hey, it took me forever to find you. Can I come in? Maybe grab a drink or water?" "We are divorced. What is going on?" "Let me in just for a bit. I need to talk and I'm parched." I let Tanner in and gave him a glass of water. "Fine, but make it quick. Why are you looking for me after everything that happened? You made my life a nightmare." "Those pictures on the frame. Who is the new guy?" "I'm seeing someone. What is it to you?" "A year later and you're already moving on. Really?" "Remember how you cheated on me and threw divorce papers in my face?" "About that. Leah and I split. Things went south." "That is not my problem. What's with the sudden visit?" "I'm broke, almost penniless." "What happened to your tattoo parlor?" "You remember Leah's brother I was helping out back then?" Turns out it was not Leah's brother, it was her boyfriend. "Are you kidding me?" "No." I was shocked myself. Leah used me to pay her boyfriend's debts off, and then they went on using me. I was so madly in love with her. She said she needed to pay for her and her brother's house, otherwise they would get kicked out. So I sold part of my tattoo parlor to my co-owner to help her save her house. After she was done using me, she laughed at my face for being such a massive fool and dumped me. Whoa, that must have been a roller coaster ride for you. You know, I do not have anyone. My parents are not in the picture and I'm struggling. I even had to sell my car to have money for day-to-day needs. All this bad luck just sprung upon me from nowhere. I have no one to go to except for you. So why come to me after treating me like trash? Did you think I would be willing to help you? I messed up last year. I'm sorry. Can we move on? I really want you to help me out here, Montana, for old time's sake. It's not that easy. You brought this upon yourself. I will not fix your mess. We are exes. End of story. Get out of my house. Montana, please, I'm desperate. Your desperation is not my problem. You made your choices. Now go. So when Abe got back home, I spilled the whole crazy Tanner saga. He listened, took it all in, and then he dropped a gem of wisdom about karma. He said, "Karma's like a boomerang. What goes around comes around." That line stuck with me because you know what? Sometimes life has a funny way of balancing the scales on its own. You do not need to lift a finger. I'm with Abe now. I have moved on. I believed there are better things waiting for me in the future because I have never intentionally hurt anyone. Karma, whether good or bad, has its way of finding you. As for Tanner, well, he got his own dose of karma. It's like the universe served him a plate of consequences for what he did. What you put out there has a way of finding its way back to you, and Tanner learned that the hard way. Life has a way of settling scores, and I have learned to trust that process.